All right, we are at Hangman's Alley. With the clean and smooth mod installed, so everything is removed. And we are going to build a trade center. All right, so we're going to save real quick. All right, and now to wait. Okay, my controller's acting up. All right, here we go. So what we're going to do here is we want something. I want to build something in this area along this red brick with the windows. We're going to build something here. And we're going to protect this back entrance. Now, the spawn point for this is right here. Like literally right that crosshair right there. So if we get attacked, they're gonna attack from right here. From right here. So we need something. I'm thinking cutting something across here. Maybe putting a power door in this wall. So if we need to get out, we can. But other than that, I think we're going to maybe use the garage door here. But I'm thinking putting our trading post here and possibly on the ground floor here. We're actually going to do a trick to do the garden on top. We're going to do a rooftop garden. Now, the lighting in here, the lighting in here is not great because you're dealing with a very limited light overhead. But yeah, this is going to be a cool little spot. So let's get started with burying our doing something for power. Now here I don't have to bury it. So this little bump out here is within the green, so I can put it here, and then I just need a spot on the outside to place it. That's a little tricky. It's not something you can do without cheating. If you consider clipping cheating, which most people do. So we're going to set everything up and then slide it into place. All right, so let's get our generator. Also, thank you for voting in the poll. There's a poll for you guys to vote in, and it's basically asking what y'all want to see more of. Do y'all want to see more Fallout? Do y'all want to see more Fallout? Do y'all want to see me doing missions? More build mode? More... I don't think I put glitch videos in there, but that's part of build mode. More Madden or something else. If it's something else, drop it in the chat so we can maybe include that in the rotation. So I don't normally use these other than to get the glitches to work. But I think this one's what we're going to use to come outside the wall. Either that, or we can just simply do our normal in the... So I could do this, put this in here, and then have the other one sticking out slightly. So we're going to try a few different things. Alright, so yeah, that's going to be there. So let me show you what's behind here. So if... Oops. Oh. That's why. So we're going to turn clipping off. So this is what's behind here. This is... So there's a lot of space. Oops. This building has a lot of space in it. And we're just going to put we're just going to move this here. Now, you might think, well, that's all fine and well with a PC. And you're right. It is. But we're actually going to do it the right way. So I've got to... So we're going to turn that off. Now, when you're on the back side, you can walk through the wall this way. So that's helpful there. But we need to figure out how we're going to do this. So I'm going to stick this. So to show you how legitimately to do this, we're going to need a rug. We can use this one. We're going to need 2 of them. Now, see how they move together? That's a rug glitch. I'm just using all kinds of glitches tonight. Now we're going to go back to the conduit. And we're going to put this here. Alright. And now, oops. Okay, so that's not going to connect to that rug. Good to know. So we can just do a full select. But that's looking like that's not going to work either. So it would work there. So sometimes things don't work out the way you plan. So let's go to plan B, which is to bury it, and we're going to bury it in here. We bury it the same way we always bury it. We're going to bury it under the stoop here. And we're going to have the probe sticking up right about there. So, get this out. We're going to need that. And then I'm going to need the... Oops. The pillar. Why am I not able to put... What is going on? So for some reason it's not letting me put the pillar down. So let's go over to the barn and try that one. And I am not sure what's going on. Let's do a reload. Because not sure what happened. So here we are back. Structures, pillar. Wait, did I turn? No, I turned that off. Okay, here we go. It just wanted to be put up high for some reason. Alright, and back to here, conduits. Also, if you haven't seen it, I released a 3 glitches in 1 video. It has a look at some other uses of the wire glitch, as well as the Wi-Fi glitch, which allows you to have wireless things, or things wirelessly, kind of like we did with the castle. In the video, I stated it was Kingsford Lighthouse, but it was the castle. And then we need this. Now, I'm gonna use a little bit different technique. I'm gonna put this over here. And that allows me to place this here. But unfortunately it's not low enough. So we're gonna bring this back over here. We're gonna grab just this. We're gonna place that there. Go ahead and grab this and go down just a little bit more. There. Now that is completely Now you might be thinking, well, you can't select it. Well, I don't need to select it. So we're gonna put this one like this. And once I select that, anything that can be connected to, I have access to. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this in. Now I'm gonna actually put in this, or not that one, this one, because I want to do radiant so that we can have power right here, and it's easier just to do it straight off of here. Oops, that was not needed. But I want to turn this just a little bit. And we're going to use the one facing down, just so there's no light. Alright, so this is our junction box, and this is our radiant power. We have radiant power all over here now. And like at the castle, I'm going to put a wire across. And all this is doing is giving me a easy to hit wire glitch right here. Alright, that being done, now we want to build our our little cabana right here that's gonna house 3 stalls. So we'll do the stalls, and I always start with a food and a clinic. And I always do for the bar. I try to always do the large bar. I don't always do it, but I try to. Remember that this thing costs you caps too to place. The nice thing is you have these lines. Lines are straight, so you can use those to line it up as best you can. Remember, perspective sucks. All right, and then I'm going to put this one here. That's going to give us a connection there, and then we'll have a small one here, and probably going to do just a general, and then that allows for that. Now you might be thinking, well, why aren't you hiding all of this? Remember, this is the only thing I'm going to be showing, and I can easily hide that later on. Put a wall there, put something on top of it. Now we need to extend a roof. Now, normally I would put the roof up here, but I really don't want to deal with anything that tall. So we're going to use our barn. Love using the barn, if you can't tell. And the bad thing is that unfortunately, because of this type of flooring, I kind of have to get the flooring to work with me. So the flooring, I basically just get the flooring as close as possible. And then I snap a piece in place. So the pieces snapping into place will help me get things in line. Now you can see that slowly is gapping open. So we're going to try to get it in place the best we can. We can always do it like this, where we just do it on top, and of course use our handy pillar. For some reason it's not wanting to cooperate today. And then we can lower this into place. I want it to just turn black. There we go. Very touchy. I will say that. It is very, very touchy. You can see it didn't really take there. But now if I grab it, it's going to grab all of this. So let's move all of these out here. A lot of what I do is just trial and error. I don't really always have 100% game plan when doing a build. Like, I know what I want in the build, but maybe I don't know exactly how I want the build. So that looks pretty straight there. Now I can grab all three of these together. And now we're going to put these here in place. We'll use the bar as to line it up. So I want the bar to be as centered as possible. And that's gonna be as close as I can get it. That looks good. But what that does is that allows me to now use this as my wall to snap my walls. Remember, walls are free flow until they snap. So while I can snap it like that, I would rather snap it like this. But unfortunately, this wall doesn't like to snap that way. But if I put another piece here, then there we go. So that would face inward. I don't want it to face inward. So we're going to move this. So what the idea is you want this to face inward in here. But because of the way the wall is designed, it can't really do that. So that's where you need to know if that's going to snap in. So I know that it will not snap. It won't snap in the right spot. If I do this, it looks really bad. So we're gonna do this. So here's how I know whether this snaps or not. So see how it will not snap here? There's just too much in the way for it to snap. But if I can always try to snap it. All right, see how it snapped right there? Now I can take, oops, wrong way. I can take this. I can take this. Now I can take these, and while it doesn't look great, and it is tilted a little bit, that's why it's going into the wall. Okay. So see, if I was to select it all, it's going to ride up. But this works. You got the paneling to there, which is fine. Then I want to do the same thing here. Again, I need this piece to snap in, but it's not going to want to snap in. This is the worst part of Hangman's Alley. Even with this mod, Hangman's Alley is temperamental, very temperamental, and can do some things that aren't really... I end up wasting a lot of material when I'm doing this build. So now I want it to go straight, but without, it's really fighting me. So what we're going to do is take this and see if we can get it to fall in place. Nothing real hard about this. It's just getting it to snap. And sometimes it's easier said than done. So let's go over here and maybe we can get one of the grids to snap. Nope, it is not cooperating. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Yep, it's as low as it's going to... It's in a position that it's wanting to be in, so to speak. And like even this isn't wanting to connect to it. Usually like these will connect. But even that's not wanting to connect. The only thing really wanting to connect is right here. So we're going to force this stairs to come down onto this platform. This line's going to go away. We're not going to keep that. And this is actually going to open up into the barn doors. So we're going to put that there for right now. So instead of just a small door, we're going to actually put the barn doors in. I can then do this. And then hopefully that door. There we go. So now all of that's hidden except for this little bit. I don't mind that being on the floor. Door here, big barn doors here to get in. And now we can remove all of this. Perfect. We won't actually put the barn doors on because they're big and bulky, and when they're open they're in the way. And then we'll do our normal door or roofing. We're going to go ahead and do the we'll go ahead and do this roof. And I'm going to put the roof on without the sides. And that's going to allow me to come into here we'll go to walls and we will grab the glass walls. I feel that the glass walls are a little nicer because they allow natural light in. And the great thing is, all I need is that. I don't need any more than that. Remember, this is not really meant to... We're not needing to protect much. And I'll use the ones with... And I'll use these with the... Ooh, that's never happened. Alright, so it's not like... There it goes. Snap in. And we're going to try to get this one to snap in. It's just finicky. And I get that. You might be saying, well, this is a lot of work for something that is kind of not needed. And I can agree with you, but at the same time, it looks cool. You're using techniques to get it to do, instead of thinking, oh, I have to play it this way. No, you can play it any way you want. You just have to know how to manipulate it. It's fun to manipulate it. It's fun to get it to do your bidding instead of its bidding. So sometimes you have to add pieces. Sometimes you don't. It's looking like this one's being very finicky. And now let's see if we can get something to snap into place. Maybe if we flip this around. No, it's wanting to go that way. We could jump on the top and try to do it from the top, but I think I got a solution. Alright, so we're gonna try it from the top. There we go. Sometimes it just takes it doing it from a different angle. Alright, so now that we have our little cabana set up, they'll stand here, here, and here. Kind of a, oh, the general store's here too type place. Alright, so that gives us a trading post. Similar to the trading post that we designed in Sanctuary, but on a little bit smaller, cramped scale. Now, you could put 5 in here. The 2 glass pieces being like weapons and armor and using the smaller piece. but you really don't have to. Yeah, we need a place for them to sleep. Sorry. But I want to address that big old hole in the alley there. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the straight line that we've established. Somewhat established. And we're going to do this where this is going to cut across. But I have a trick on. It's one thing for it to just be it's one thing if it's kind of a just a fence. This, you know, basically this is just a fence and there is a hole underneath it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. One, we need to establish we need to fill the hole. But two, I'd really like this to be concrete. Now, concrete is not the same height as this is. Yeah, it's not the same, but it will snap. So we're going to snap this. Just solid concrete wall. And then, nice thing about concrete is you have these pillars. So that is, they're not getting in there. Let's just say that. Alright, you gotta get this lined up again. And get this one lined in there. Alright, that's sealed. But now it's like, well, what about underneath? Well, so when they made this mod, they made these. And while I could do them vertically, I want to see if I can get them to snap underneath. Alright, that's not going to work. So let's see about doing... So I could do that. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird that it's not wanting to snap into place there. Alright, that's in. That's just a little shelf there. Nice, big, thick walls. No one's getting into this. Alright. Oops. Might help. There we go. Alright, so that allows us to really seal this off. And yeah, that's how we're going to seal this off. Now, the great thing is that what we're going to do whoa. Yep. And then this. Alright, that needs to come down. There we go. So now we have a concrete wall and a regular wall. But I still want to kind of hide this hole. So we're going to come back over here. And I could use this. I mean, that's an easy fix. And you know, this doesn't look that bad. All right. So now we need to get this to line up with this. There we go. Easy to hide this. And if you get something like that, all you gotta do is just move it just a little bit and you'll usually get it in place. Beds are gonna actually be in the little cabin we build on that little grassy spot right there. So we're going to do this. Makes this all nice and solid. If I have to, so you might be thinking, well, where are you going to put the food? Well, food's easy because you can do greenhouses. With the garden plot, you don't need the ground to do a garden plot. And we're going to do something cool with the garden plot because it's something that I've only done once. And it turned out really good. So I hope that I can duplicate it because it's kind of cool. So we've got to get this. Now, one thing about Hangman's Alley, and I'll show you this, is that the walls on the Hangman's Alley are super thin. So going over does create a problem. And I'll show you that right here. So, oh, hi, Super Mutant. So, that's the wall. If you look there, that's the wall of Hangman's Alley. So, you can, on occasion, get too carried away. And something will clip in over here. but I think it looks like we got that everything just fine. So yeah, that's our little trading post. Now to build our house, or what's gonna suffice as a house. What do you mean favorite part? Like favorite part of building, favorite part of the game, favorite part of... Because there's a lot of favorite parts. Favorite part of building is just trying new stuff. I never know where it's going to take me, so to speak. I've played so much that it allows me, anytime I come build, it allows me just to have some more freedom. So here, this is just going to be a basic 4-story. We're going to put 4 stories on this thing because, well, quite honestly, we need them. So we're going to use the barn textures all the way around, minus some adding some windows. And now that's going to be our stairs. Come on up, and basically you're looking at apartments. Think of this more like an apartment building. You could also build it on the other end, and we might build a second one over there. So, and obviously there's no use in having windows in the back because you're just staring at a concrete wall. Same with this side. But I want windows here, so we're going to grab these half walls. And then come over to the warehouse. I know it's not much to look at, but come back over here. We're going to use the exact same floor plan. I would love to use, there's an old technique that I used to use of stacking stuff, and unfortunately I've no longer can find the video. I think the video was taken down by its creator, but he used to do some incredible stuff with stacking, made some amazing buildings out of stack stuff. But 2 things. One, it's a resource hog. Like a lot of the stuff that I do, you can get away with using the in-game meter. I mean, like with Xbox, I don't think you can make it where you can do unlimited like I can do here, which sucks. But with some ingenuity, you can always get there are tricks to bring the build meter down. So I encourage you to look into that. Now, this one we're going to do a little different. So I need to build the garden plots. But how are you gonna, it's like, how do you build garden plots up here? Pretty easily, honestly. So, but if one of those side effects of garden plots is the people actually go into the garden plot, so they sink. So you kind of need a way to hide that. And that's where this comes in. So we're going to use this for this time. No, it's actually in the settings. It's in the like when in the main menu. There's a setting. It allows you to change the color of your UI and of your Pip-Boy. I just set it completely to white because it's clean and easy. I don't have to remember numbers or I don't have to remember where I set something because it literally is just you slide all three sliders to the right or to the left until you have white. All right, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to do a half stair. But as you can see, it doesn't really like a half stair. It wants to put it the wrong way. So you kind of have to trick it. Basically, you can't put the piece here until you put the stairs in. Okay? And then you're going to need to put this here. And this is actually where we're going to put our we're actually going to put our plots, our roof plots. All right. So we've got that. We can go ahead and put, oops. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's got to be, oh shoot. Okay. That's one thing I always forget about the half stairs or the stairs is you can't cover them. So you see how the half stairs you can't cover. So I have to put this. So I'm going to do glass all the way around just for an aesthetic. Also this section, this settlement is one of the higher build points you have. You can get all the way up to the top of those. So, but I need this to be high enough to make this little round. So what we're going to do is actually double up on the glass right here. Okay. Although I could do, let me see. All right. Yep, that works. So this will do And of course we'll do... So all we're really having to do is get up to that point. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put this one in so that that can go there and we can walk out onto a large one. Now, I can't really do anything with this because I need to be able to walk that. I need to be able to walk that. And I really don't want to build that as a spiral. So, in order to do that, okay, black. But if I do that, I can't get out. So this has to be, this has to go all the way up. So if you have, well, if you're not on PC, the list of mods isn't going to work for you, but the mods, if you're on PC, my list of mods in the description will work for you to basically make Hangman's Alley look like this for the start, and then you just build from it. I don't really think you need mods per se. If you like the aesthetics of like all the post-apocalyptic look, you don't need mods. I just find it so much easier to use mods and let the mod and enjoy playing the game. You know, it's all about the game. It's all about how you want to play the game. If you want to play without mods, by all means, there are hundreds of tutorials out there for building without mods. The best out there by far, the easiest to understand, I recommend this guy, anybody wanting to build in Fallout, whether you're using mods or not. And I'll preface that. I use this guy's tips all the time. His tips, if it wasn't for his tips, I wouldn't be able to do half the stuff I do, even with mods. He's that good. His stuff is excellent. His stuff is fun to watch. Now, he has a ton of content. You could watch it for days. When I first found his content, that's what I did. I literally watched it for days. Any free time I had, I watched his content and learned a lot. I learned so much off of his stuff. And he goes by Schooled Zone, SKOOLZONE. Now, that being said, he doesn't release a lot anymore, but it's mainly because of his day job. He's got a pretty stressful day job from what I can gather. Plus he's an author, so he's one of those you want take it with a grain of salt that it's not going to be an everyday upload. or even every week for that matter. I think right now he's probably posting once a month. So very infrequently. All right. I need this to snap in. So we're going to... I'm going to try to snap these in. Alright, that's in. Now I just need this one. Alright. That gets us this hiding. Now, you might ask why I use glass when I don't want anyone seeing it. Sorry, but I don't think... maybe. Maybe someone would see in. Maybe I do need to do that as a false. So yeah, I'm going to do that as a false because you can see them. So a lot of times I'll just move stuff to do what I need to do. No use. Also, a good thing to get in the habit of is always store, don't scrap. Because you never know, you might be able to use it again. So we're gonna... Sometimes it's easier to go down and then come back up. Now, obviously, I mean, now we have access to this. But we're going to put some barriers up so that no one falls. Now, the floors were there initially to tell us where we need to put things. But this is so cool. Now I can go to here, to miscellaneous. And now I have gardening up here. I'm not going to put gardening here because there's really no need. Because that's a landing. And 3's enough. I mean, 1 is, well, 2's enough, really, but we'll do 3. Come back to structures and go into concrete. Miscellaneous all the way at the end. These are so good when they want to work. So normally they will snap to a floor unless that floor has unless that floor has a wall attached to it. Alright, so that just keeps people from falling. Yep, there's that. There's that one. And then, unfortunately, they don't snap to if it's got a wall, but there's an easy fix for that. So, But I don't know if they will attach. Yes, they will. So if you attach these first, show you another trick. So we're going to jump down here. So once you have it in place, you can easily put those walls back. Hope that makes sense. Remove the wall. Put the guardrails in. Put the wall back. Sometimes you get stuck. But now you come in and you see this wonderful big place. 2 floors for, or 3 floors for housing. We'll make this more of a eating area. Put 3, we can put 3 or 4 beds per spot or per level. Of course, this is the tricky one. Oops. Ouch. There we go. Go back. Put these in. Might not get them to... Oh yeah, I didn't put the... It's in place. Move this. So some of this is just moving stuff repeatedly to do what you want to do. Like here, I'm moving these pieces. I'm not doing anything with them, but now here. There we go. And the same thing here. So yeah, it's just a lot of manipulating the surroundings. Don't think just because it's not doing what you want it to do, it won't do what you want it to. So like here, I've made this do something that it was not designed to do. It was not designed to look like this. Now, obviously, I could do this differently. I could say, you know what? I don't want this. And I want it to be glass. And I want this to have a door. Whether it be a barn door, which would look okay. I mean, that's a big opening. Or if I just wanted to be a regular door, like that, then I can say I want this piece here to be glass instead. I can come all the way over, and I could do something like this and put this on top. I mean, that looks good. So yeah, you have 2 spawn points. The great thing is though that you really only need turrets at 1 spawn point, because you can completely block the other point off, as you can see by that fence. This is completely blocked. So I basically built a double layer concrete wall. Sometimes you see stuff from other spots. So I saw that that was out of place. So yeah, you can definitely get away with only having 1 set of turrets here, which is nice. Although I tend to overkill on my turrets. Like, you don't need the defense ratings that you would see in some of my builds. Definitely don't need a 300 or 400 defense rating. But if you want it, you can definitely have it. Alright, so but anyways, I'll show you where that spawn. So the spawn points are for attackers. One is like right in here. Okay. And the other one is around here. There's actually 2. There's one like right here, and they'll come flooding in from out here. But this one right here, this point right here, that's a spawn point for raiders or whatever. So if we block them, they can't get in. They can't shoot through concrete, much less 4 foot of concrete. They have to come around, and as soon as they come around the corner, as soon as they come around this corner, they're going to be met with 20, I think, 3, 6, 8, 10, minimum 10, and then usually I have another 2, 4, 6 sitting here on a tower. So yeah, yeah, they're toast. Even death claws don't want to come in here. So now we have that. So we have this, but we need it to be, we need the radius. We need to be able to send power up. So what I do, simply put, it's going to be this, but I'm also thinking, why not hide it? If I can get back there. Yep, I can get back here. So it's like, why not hide it? It doesn't have to be attached to the building to radiate power. There's the junction. And we're going to come back in here. We're going to do our ride glitch. Sorry. Long day. Day off and had to end up working today, so a little bit tired. Lights on. That means there's power. Now, let's see how high the power goes, because I know we have power, and the easiest way to test this is just with these lights. We're good there. We've got power on the first floor. Do we have power on the second floor? Now, I know what you're thinking. If I would have put this here, I could have saved space. Oh well, not a big deal. If you want to do it like that, feel free. I like it where I can just turn the corner and keep going. That floor's got power. Now, this is kind of that do we really need power situation? And as you can see, this does not have power. So that's the limit of that piece. All right, so we know that this top floor does not have power. It reaches right there. That's how high that power radius could go. So we need to figure out how to get power all the way up. Now, we could do several different things. We're going to disconnect that for now. I'm going to do it. So we're going to do something kind of, I've done it, I do this sometimes with when I need something to go up, but I don't need it to be like intrusive. So all I gotta do is go up one, right? Well, I have several options here. This one gets in the way. That's in the way. And that's just not gonna work. But who says that that has to be there? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out some. Connect that. We've got light. That's no big deal. Now, I have, so this conduit's fine if you don't mind it snaking, but I have these. Get this out of the way. So I have this that I can put here. All right. Now I need to make that a T. I need to do that. And I can do that. Now this is a mod. The vertical conduit is a mod. But guess what? That's as high as I need it. I don't need it well, so I can take that up all the way up. Alright, so we're going to go up to check where that got to. Alright, I'm going to pop this out for right now. So there it is right there. Power radiators, so I have a mod that extends the radiator, so I don't have to use as many, but basically what a power radiator does is radiates power in a larger section than what the conduit would normally radiate. So that's where it is. Now I don't really want it that high. So we're going to take that, we're going to knock that off. And I'm going to go to this one. And I need that. So the radiator is great because it gives you power without having to put a conduit or a conduit junction on the building. All right, that should be high enough that I can see it. Obviously, if you don't like running stairs, you're not going to like building tall. But I wanted to build tall because I wanted a new challenge. Alright, we're going to go to this piece, which is... Okay. I think this will work. So we're gonna. So the great thing about the radiators is you can walk over them. So all I gotta do is put a radiator down here. I can walk over it, no big deal. And now I have power up here. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of tacky right there, but it works. And we have our rooftop garden. We have an escape route. I mean, quite literally, we have an escape route. I think that's the first time I've built this high in this settlement. We have our rooftop garden. We have enough space for people to sleep. Probably 2, 3, as long as I can get 5 per floor, we're good. I only need 10. 36 is really the limit of any settlement, but it's really hard to get 36 in here. I always shoot for 10 to start with, and if I need more space, I need more space. Once I turn the radio beacons on, they'll attract as often as they can. I do hope that you're learning from watching. It is always fun to learn. It's always fun to see new things. Now, if I wanted to build another one of these, I could. I could put another one here. And in fact, it's not a bad idea to put one here with a couple of turrets on the outside, because you never know. You could get lucky that way. And the other thing you can do is you can put, if you wanted turrets, say you wanted turrets on this fence, you could easily snap those rectangular pieces. Alright, you have that. You could easily put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turrets there. Wouldn't be that hard. Or you could even... I don't know if you could do that. I was going to say you could connect it to the outside of it, but it being concrete, you can't. But you could do this. So if you really wanted to F with the raiders, you could make that wall even thicker. Of course, the only problem with that is I'm so used to picking up a piece of wall to go through it that I actually have to turn clipping on to I have to turn clipping on to do it here. But yeah, you get the idea. They're not getting through that. I mean, that's a foot thick. That's a foot thick. I don't think anything's getting through something that thick. Oops. So yeah, that's how I do that with this one, because it has that little spot. Now, you might be saying, wait a minute, mine has a door over here. And yeah, it does. There is a door. There's a passageway there to get out. But this version, they blocked it off. I wish they wouldn't have, because it is actually a cool little spot. But, oh well. The mod creator decided to take some creative license and not and have that not in there. I don't mind because it just say, I hate that. That's the one thing I hate about this. Here, let's take this back out. Go through here. So yeah, this is, it's not that hard. Sometimes you just have to think outside the box, so to speak. Because as long as you're thinking in the box, you're not going to develop a system that, or a design that works for you, so to speak. You're really trying to find what works for your game style. If your game style is run and gun and not care who you blow up, by all means use missile turrets. They kill faster, but they do area damage. So obviously you don't want to use those if you're trying to not kill your settlers. At the same time, if you just care about getting as many settlers in, then by all means throw a bunch of sleeping bags on the floors and let them roll in. Me, I choose to use snap beds. And build more realistically, so to speak. I know there's no true realistic building in this game because at the end of the day we are just we're making something that really doesn't exist, if that makes sense. All right, so all I did was put some walls up just to make this be a little bit more like an apartment. So we're going to use snap beds and we're going to use the bunks. Well, we're going to use some bunks. We're going to use some not bunks. But the nice thing about snap beds, even if you're not snapping the beds together, like I'm not going to do here, a bunk bed normally only gives you one sleep point. With snap beds, I have two. All right. So that's two beds right there. Easy peasy. Now I can come out here and with the military cots, which by the way, the military cots are the smallest bed you can use. Other than the wall mounted. And the wall mounted, they're great, but I don't have a use for them. You might. A good use for them is the castle, but I find that I can put enough in with bunks and military cots. So I have all these now. And my rule of thumb is I flip every other one. And you'll see why here. So if it'll snap, which it's not going to. Yeah, some of these aren't going to snap. All right. So what the issue is that it's not perfectly in line. So if I do them this way, I feel like there's just not enough room. So we're going to try, but I could do this, the ones on the end this way. So you want to leave some room, especially on the head end. Obviously make sure you're solid white. And I always make sure the head is against the wall like this. If I'm going this direction. Now back to beds. Now I wish they would snap this way, but they don't. But I am going to use that as a guide. So, because that person needs this much space to get in. So, we're going to use that strap as a guide on this piece of floor. All right, go back to here. Go, oops, that's the child's. Okay, so as you can see, these two are facing the same way. That one's facing opposite. So all I do is I grab this, I flip it, and then flip this. And that gives me head to head, feet to feet. No one wants to smell the other person's dirty feet. So that's kind of my go-to for that. That's 6 beds here. I can fit one more here. We'll just place it. It's easier to just place it and then maneuver it into place. In my opinion, it's easier. Some people may disagree. That's fine. We're going to turn this around. Also, if you're going to do a lot of build mode for a long period of time in your settings, you want to turn gamepad sensitivity down, like way down. Like, I'm moving very fast, but I've played for a long time and I know how to move slowly. So this is another bed that you can use. Just note that it needs some room. I'm not really sure what you mean by tower base. I don't like, this is typically the only time I build tall. Yeah, I'm not really the type to build like that. I don't see a point in it because everything is designed to be more spread out. I can show you techniques to do it, but as far as actually building one, no. I kind of have a game plan for all the locations, and if you watch all of the lives, you'll learn enough techniques to build one on your own. And I'm sorry, but it is kind of more of a preference thing on my end, that it's just not the type of settlement that I would build. But thank you for at least asking about it. But like I said, it's just not my type of settlement to build. I'm sorry. All right, that's 11 beds. I've got room for more. And this I can set up as like a kitchen or a little communal area. All right, I'm going to sleep to reset the daylight. This area is notorious for getting dark quick because of the buildings. If you haven't already, please vote in the poll what you would like to see more of on the channel. I play Madden and I play Fallout. I also have other games like Assassin's Creed and Farm Sim, along with a bunch of other stuff too. I have over 100 games. So if there's something you want to see, I appreciate it. I will try to play. If I have it, I will try to play it. If I don't have it, I will at least let you know I don't have it and try to work to get it. I don't have a large allowance of money to buy games. Like right now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to buy Madden 25 and the new Farm Sim game in November when it comes out. I was going to buy Madden 25 yesterday and unfortunately was not able to. Sucks to be me sometimes. Ooh, that actually might work out. Roof. So we're going to try something here. We're going to put this down. And we're going to put a turret on this. Favorite turret to use, at least until I get more weaponry, is the heavy laser turret. And as I've always said, I never daisy chain your turrets together. Always have them go to a point, and those points are best to use conduit, mainly because they just sit right on it without any issue. Now, normally I would use like I don't always use conduit to go down, but like here, normally I would use conduit. But since this really isn't seen, I'm going to use an inverted single like this. All right. I can get back up there, no problem. Let's put, so I don't have to walk that. We'll grab these. That'll make that transition easier. Now, here is something tricky. I want to go up there. But where this is not intuitive to do that. So we're just going to go straight from the generator. Oops, it didn't take. So we'll try that again. And then we'd look to see, okay, does it look bad? Yeah, it kinda does. So we're gonna move these. All right, now it's hidden. All we had to do was hide that in there. That has power. That's producing light, so we're good there. And these guys have power. So we've got a little bit of defense right now, a 24, which quite honestly for what usually attacks this, no big deal. Now, you know, everyone that's been watching knows that I like to cover this stuff up with like an outhouse. I'm not going to do that here, but I am going to see about cutting that across. So the great thing about the barn pieces is they have some broken walls that while you think, oh, that doesn't look good, they come in handy. So those are the barn doors. And I just snap those in there. That cuts that off. Makes it look good. Open. Of course we need some vendors. I know that that's kind of tight right there. But this building turned out great. Maybe a little big. Wait, I have an idea. What if... What if we did this? So I know I can't put it across here because you couldn't get in or out. But if I did that, that at least gives me a doorway into there. Alright, that's cool. Come upstairs. Kind of like I did up here. Oh, I need to take this down for a minute. I don't need anybody falling off. All right. And then that comes out to the roof. Very cool. And now we can plant some stuff. So it takes 12 carrots to equal 6 food, which is what one person can harvest at a time. So if you just start with 12 carrots here, then they'll be able to work that, and you will have, even if they don't come up here, even if the pathing doesn't let them come up here, the fact they're assigned to it, they'll be working it. And then of course you can always come up here and steal it from the settlement. So yeah, that is the beginning of Hangman's Alley. And that's where we're going to leave it tonight. Join me tomorrow for part 2. We're going to I'm going to build something down over here that can serve as a lookout or serve as some defense for the for this area. Like I said, we don't have to defend this area, but might as well. I mean, we're gonna get attacked, so might as well defend it. I could put a third one, and that would probably be sufficient to hold the turrets. Actually, all right, so it's wanting at least to be on that. But I think I'm going to build another, not tower. I don't want that to be the word I use, but kind of a defense structure that can protect us, even though I think these turrets will protect anything, will annihilate anything that gets in the way. We'll drop the conduit there. We'll set it up with power, and we will do all of that tomorrow. Don't know what time yet. We may do this at 6 because of the Thursday night football game, and then I have trivia after that. It was supposed to be tonight. It got moved to tomorrow. So I did trivia with Jaguar Gator 9, and it's a lot of fun. I spend way too much money, which is why I don't have any money right now. But anyways, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notification bell. Share this with your friends if you feel they will get something out of it. Thank you again for watching. Until next time, I'm Scorpion Taz, and I'm out.
Who's there? This is gonna be. Oh.
Someone there?
So I don't do mic for Madden because I have a purpose for the Madden games that needs to be no commentary. I'm sorry. Um, I'm sorry that you missed it. Maybe you can catch the one tomorrow at 6, and it'll be Fallout. I'm not doing Madden tomorrow, and then I'm probably gonna do Fallout again on Friday. I'll do Madden at 6 on Friday, and then immediately following Madden, I'll probably do another Fallout stream. PM. I don't do anything in the mornings. I work, so I never do anything before noon. I'm glad you stopped by again. Thank you.
What the fuck was
I
that?
did get to play a little bit of Madden 25. because I have a 10-hour preview of it before it drops. Come on. So I will say it's much better than 24. And I look forward to once I finish the 24 season. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and just remember that I put no live audio or no live commentary on the Madden because once I finish the Madden series, I want to take it and make highlight videos out of it. So I can't really have me talking over it unless I do it a different way. So I might be able to get it to where the live streams are live streams and then I record for the highlight video, but it takes a lot of CPU to record while streaming, so I haven't been doing that. But yeah, if you really want to see something cool, check out my Kingsford Lighthouse video from last night. I actually have a working projection screen on that. So if you really like Fallout, check out my Fallout playlist. And then I try to do lives every day, whether it's Madden and Fallout or just Fallout. But thank you again. Until next time, bye.